Eddie Hearn says he's desperate. Eddie Hearn desperate to get Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. back on Dazn despite an awful fiasco in the Danny Jacobs fight. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Link in the description, Boxing News 24. You know, this is just reeks of desperation. Really kind of sad. You see the title. Eddie Hearn willing to let Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. rebuild his career on Matchroom undercards. Eddie Hearn says he'll give Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. another chance to rebuild his career if he phones him and agrees to fight on his undercard in 10 rounders for $100K. Further, Chavez Jr. will also need to agree to move up to 175, according to Hearn, because he feels he's outgrown the 168-pound division. It would be too risky for Hearn to schedule matches for Chavez Jr. at 168 and then him missing weight and coming in at 172 plus pounds like he did in the Jacobs fight. Chavez Jr. missed weight by almost 5 pounds. Chavez Jr. lost to former IBF WBA middleweight champion Danny Jacobs. 5th round injury stoppage. He basically quit last Friday. And it says, Hearn willing to put Chavez Jr. on undercards on the Matchroom shows. Unfortunately for Chavez Jr., those chances may be gone, but last night was everything I want as a promoter, said Hearn to the Last Round 12 podcast. I wish he'd sat down on the stool and the doctor said, you can't continue. But when he went back to his corner and said no, it was a no mas. Ultimately, he quit. It was a right hand, said Hearn. When asked what punch caused his nose injury, I'm gutted because I thought Chavez Jr. had such a great opportunity. I'm looking at this crowd and the sales and I'm thinking this kid could be massive. I've gotten to the stage where the only thing he can do is come back on an undercard somewhere. I would probably put him on an undercard, but he can't get the money he's been getting and he has to come back at a lower level and try to get a good win, said Hearns on Chavez Jr. needing to rebuild. Asking Chavez to take a pay cut from $3 million purse for the Jacobs fight will be tough for Hearn, especially if he's serious about getting him for $100,000, yada, yada, yada. Mexicans don't like that. I was sitting next to Mikey Garcia and he was saying, you can't do that, said Hearn about Chavez Jr. quitting on the 5th round. Unfortunately, the problem for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. stems from the life that he led growing up. If he does come back, he should come back at 175. His shoulders are big, but who knows what he's going to do. He's in a position now where it's a long, long road back. The numbers are great, said Hearn about Chavez. I think he stays because he's a glutton for punishment, said Hearn. So he'll likely continue fighting. He can fight, and I think he's a decent fighter. He was out for 1 year, and he probably shouldn't have taken the fight, but it was a lot of money, and he thought he could beat Danny Jacobs. You know, I'm done right there. Link in the description. You guys take a listen to it, but or look at it. This man, Eddie Hearn, is looking like a used car salesman. He just said that he shouldn't have taken the fight, haven't taken the fight, and he made the fight. You know? And now he's saying, you know, Chavez is posting all these weird pictures and saying this. Look, just look at this man. Bro, Chavez's Instagram is hilarious to me. Bro, he got a picture of Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse, and he's just looking with like leopard short. The dude's peculiar, bro. Like, what is this picture? You know? Like, why is he sitting so statuesque? And anyway, just a kind of a peculiar dude. And it was an embarrassing performance. It pretty much created a mini riot. He had his hair dyed all crazy for no reason. Quit. You know, Eddie Hearn's confirming he quit. He's, of course, denying it and saying Jacobs is a dirty fighter. But, you know, I don't even have to get into that because the world watched it and you know what it is. And we've seen him quit versus Fonfara. So the behavior is really not shocking at all. But to see and hear Eddie Hearn say he wants to bring him back, it's laughable. And it shows you that, you know, the integrity of Eddie Hearn as a promoter. All he sees is numbers. You know, he just sees numbers. Oh, okay, we had quite the crowd. So despite the crowd being, you know, malicious at the end because they were so pissed off in Arizona, he's trying to bring this fool back. I mean, it's just, this is crazy. So, you know, I had to make a quick video about this. I don't know where Chavez goes from here. You know, Mexican Broner style, like, people, it gets to a point where people don't want to hear you say that you're coming back and you're gonna do this, and like, he posting videos, his nose is bleeding and shit. I don't know where he goes from here. Like, what low level, who's he gonna beat at 175? All them dudes is cut up in shape. He gonna fight Better Biev at 175. Kovalev is pretty much out the picture. Look, he just fought. Look at his nose. Eddie Hearn trying to bring, look at the man's nose. Eddie Hearn trying to bring it back. Crazy. You know, Kovalev just got knocked off by Canelo. Canelo already viciously beat Julio Cesar Chavez, so who wants to see a rematch to that? Jacobs in his first fight, coming off of a loss, first fight at 168. Who knows? God knows how much he weighed since he missed the weigh-in weight by 5 pounds basically, and then rehydrated with no same day weigh-in or anything. You know, so who knows what weight he was ultimately at? I mean, who can he fight? You know, Eddie Hearn, this without a doubt, among other things, shows me that Eddie Hearn is desperate. He doesn't know what he's doing in the American market. He's desperate. He's trying to clout chase Hispanics and Mexican American fans. And, you know, if people buy into it just because of the affinity to Julio Cesar Chavez legacy, the name from the father, then so be it. But I just feel like Chavez has been given so many chances. He's squandered them. He has, you know, hasn't operated like a true professional. Even Freddie Roach, you know, this is a good picture, but Freddie Roach has been his trainer, then wasn't his trainer, and then he was training him for the Sergio Martinez fight. Chavez Jr. made a makeshift gym because he didn't want to go to the gym. He left Freddie Roach in the gym in Las Vegas waiting for him to show up, and never showed up. And then Freddie Roach, you know, he's just waiting with all his gear, and Chavez don't even come. I'm talking about, this is the Martinez day. This is like 2011, 2012, somewhere around there, you know? So Chavez acts like a kid who doesn't really need to fight, you know, spoiled, came from money. His father's a legend, so he got to, you know, probably see some cool sights when he was growing up. And, you know, his dad's revered as a legend, so people always accepted him. But that's just kind of what it is. Canelo is far more disciplined, far more. I remember when Canelo and Chavez Jr. first came out, it was around the same time that they started to enter America on the boxing scene. And people were debating who was going to have the better career and who would win in a fight. Canelo has long surpassed Chavez Jr. because he, at least, you know, you could, I feel like Canelo makes certain decisions that are questionable. However, you can't deny he could scrap, and he's a lot more diligent, and he's improved since his lone loss to Mayweather. He just takes it more serious. It's not even up for debate. At one time, people were questioning. And the sad thing about Chavez Jr. is I've been pulling for Chavez Jr. You know, maybe as I had so much respect for his father or whatever, that I just wanted to see him do good. And the thing is, I think he could do good, but it looks a little bit too far gone. You know, you can't fluctuate your weight up and down, have multiple fights where you quit, lose 11 rounds out of 12 to Sergio Martinez when you're way bigger. Like, he's losing to guys he's way bigger than, like Jacobs getting his nose broke, and then complaining to the ref. How you complain about someone being dirty and you came in 5 pounds heavy? You know, these things don't really make sense. And to see Eddie Hearn try to exploit Mexican fans, you know, I don't think that's cool, bro. I don't think that's cool, because he's trying to find his place in America. I get it, but you got to do it with someone else. Nobody wants to keep taking the bait and be led into a dead end. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is with Chavez Jr. I mean, if he moves to 175, who's he going to really beat? How's he going to beat Vodstick, how Vodstick was boxing? You know, how's he going to beat, and he's in shape, and he's an Olympian. How's he going to beat Better Biev? I mean, how's he going to beat Badu Jack, Jean Pascal winner? I mean, it's just, I don't see it. And he can't really consistently make 168. He has to weigh in naked, make up his own weight classes. So I don't see why people want to keep, even for less pay, I don't see why people want to keep bringing him back as a showcase, and it's unreliable. It's just, it's funny. So to me, that shows that Dazn is scratching their head trying to figure out a way to break and tap into this American market. All Eddie Hearn sees is a full crowd in Arizona, despite them being angry by the end result of the fight. You know, and I guess that's dollar signs to him. So he's looking for any way to break in the market. But unfortunately, I don't think it'll be through Chavez Jr. because it gets to a point where I think most people are probably done with it. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next videos, Ego, signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.